Okay, and before we begin, let's just have a word of prayer. So let's pray. Loving Father and our God who art in heaven, we give thee thanks for carrying us safely through another day. We give thee thanks, Lord, that we can gather now, Father, to go through this final day of orientation. I pray that thy Holy Spirit will be with each and every one of us, and that, Father, we will leave here, Father, real confident that we would have learned the platforms that we would need to go into our different classes. And may what we learn right here contribute to our success in our different courses, I pray. It's my prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so yesterday we would have gone through the Moodle platform, right? Miss Dixon isn't here with us this afternoon. However, if you have any additional questions regarding registering for classes or any other question, you can feel free to send us an email at distance@ncu.edu.jm. And I posted that in the chat just now. It says distance@ncu.edu.jm. And she would have shared it as well. Right, so let me share Eric's section with you along with mine. So 7191 for Miss Dixon. And I guess we would have all known the numbers, right? Or we could reach NCU. So the numbers is 876-618-6852. And once you enter any of our extensions, then you would be directed directly to the distance center. So Miss Dixon's extension is 7191, and my extension is 6428. For the finance, I don't have that readily available, obviously no, but I can look into that later and then post in the chat. But if you can't get through, or if I'm not, then you can always just give us a call, and then we'll be happy to transfer you to the student finance. All right, so as I was saying earlier, we would have gone through the Moodle platform yesterday. Just a quick overview of what we would have gone through. All right. I'm sharing my screen now. Don't think I see it as it, but let's give it that some time. All right, so you should be seeing my screen now. All right, so I'm going to discuss that this that you're seeing is the dashboard that you will land on. So once you log into the page, and you will your ID number and the password, same ones that you use to log into Arian. And then this would be the dashboard. And the dashboard comprises of two parts: the timeline, which shows you the upcoming activity that you have, and you can either choose to start by date, or you can choose to start it by course. It gives you all activities or all courses that you have coming up. By course, you can see it stores information based on what course that activity is in. And the other part of that is the courses section. And this is where you would go to find your course, as was discussed. Right, and on my screen you can see I'm enrolled in a few courses there. And there's in progress, the future, and the past. Okay, sorry about that. Let me try to see if I can. So someone was saying my connection is a bit choppy. Let me see how best I can. All right, so my connection should be a bit better now. Um, so can I confirm that? What's his name? Okay, so Jerome, can you confirm if my connection is any better? All right, any better now? Okay, okay, great, great. Yes, so we were going through the dashboard of your course, and this is what we would have seen yesterday, where the first page, once you enter your username and password, you would land on, right? So I'm just going to go into one of the courses that I'm enrolled in. All right, so just giving that some time to load. All right, yes, and once you land in that course, you should be seeing a welcome message from your instructor and the different resources in that course, right? And we said there were quizzes, assignments, forums, and there are additional resources that are posted by the lecturer, which you should be able to download to your computer. And we looked on also the location survey and the course evaluation surveys as well. And remember that we're saying that the location surveys are important because that determines or indicates to us where your certificate will be sent. So we usually send the certificates to the Extension campuses that is nearest to you, and then you can pick it up there instead of coming to Mandeville to do that. All right, so, okay, so once you click on the classroom link, you want to click on the course room that will be there. So click on that, and the option is there for you to join course room. So once you click on join course room, a live session should be opened up. All right, let me try another one that I was in before. All right, okay, all right, so this one should be all right. So let me just stop sharing my screen and show you what I am seeing on mine. So go back to this session, share. Okay, all right, and as you can see, I'm on the same session or on the same page that you would have seen when you had when you would have clicked on that link to join this session. So let me share again. All right, and you should be seeing my screen. And as you can see, it's the same screen as when you would have clicked on that link to join. So the screen that you're on now is actually the Blackboard Collaborate Ultra panel, and this is how your live sessions will look. Right. So currently on mine, you're seeing that someone else is in that session along with me. So that is another computer that I am using. All right. And as you can see, the icons are similar to those that you're seeing as well. There's a My Status and Settings icon. Right. Now, once you click on that, you realize that your name is there along with the role that was assigned you. All right. And also on that very page, you're seeing away and leave session. All right, so what the away button does, it actually shows the lecturer that you probably stepped away from your computer to deal with other issues, and that will allow them to know that you're not near your computer now, so they are not able to pose any questions to you. Right, and once you're back, you want to click I'm back, and that should be removed off your screen. Right, and there also you can leave the session there. So after a session has finished, then you want to ensure that you click on the leave session button. There are also feedbacks there as well, and as you can see, there is happy, there is sad, and what these does are basically quick feedbacks to what is being discussed in a class. Right, so if you click on happy, you realize that an emoticon comes up beside your name there, right? And the lecturer should be able to see that and know that you are happy about something that was said. Or the students, so everyone in the session should be able to view or to see your feedback to any questions or any comments made in the class. The same thing for agree and disagree. Those are just feedbacks. So if you click on agree, an emoticon should come up beside your name again. right? So a green one, as you can see, came up beside my name because I clicked on the agree button, right? And that shows that you had agree, and it's the same for disagree as well, right? And if you want to clear all those that are your feedbacks, then you can always click on the My Status and Settings tab and click on Clear. And that should remove the emoticon from beside the name. There's also the microphone icon, similar to those on Zoom or any other web conferencing platform, right? And you can unmute and mute your. As I can see, once I begin talking, then my microphone picks that up that I'm talking. The same thing for video as well. You can choose to turn on your video. All right, and once I click on that, then once you click on that, then everyone in the class should be seeing a visual representation of yourself. All right, and the raise hand button, which I'm seeing a few of you using up, I saw a hand raised not too long ago. We'll be taking the responses after you would have gone through, or the questions after we had gone through the platform. So just asking you to hold those questions until then. All right, and that's it with this section. No, one last thing. So there is this green battery looking thing or icon there, and that shows you your connection, right? So it shows you if your connection is poor or if you have a strong connection. So currently mine is saying that I have a strong connection, and if your connection at any time gets bad, then that turns to red, or if it drops, then there are less bars in that icon. Right? So from time to time, you may see yours turn to red. That is because your internet connection has dropped. And once the internet connection dropped, that may cause you to not see everything on the screen as clearly, or not everything as clearly what the lecturer is saying. You can view that for other participants as well. Right, so before we move on to that, we're going to look on the open session menu. And on the open session menu, as you can see, there are different options there. You can use your phone for audio, and it says that long distance charges may apply, right? So if a link is shared with you, then you can choose to join via audio, and that is on your computer. So a dial-in number will be shared with you, and you can click on that to join in. The other options there are for feedback to Blackboard. So NCU doesn't get these feedback, but Blackboard get those feedback. So if you report an issue, then Blackboard would respond to that issue. And tell me about Collab, right? You can go ahead and view a video or an introduction, and to see an introduction of how Collaborate can be used. And you can also learn about private chat. That's there as an option. So from time to time, these might change depending on the updates that Blackboard send out. And the Blackboard Collaborate help, if you click on that, then that should bring you to Blackboard Collaborate's page with some frequently asked questions there. There's also the privacy policy. You can go ahead and read that in your free time if you choose. And there's also the option there to leave the session as well. Right, so once you click on that, you will be removed from the session. All right, so let me just close this menu. And the other one that we'll be looking on is the Collaborate panel. Right, so once you click on the Collaborate panel, as you can see, the first thing that comes up on mine is the chat messages. Right, and it's the same one that is highlighted right here or active right here. So the chat panel that allows you to send messages to everyone in the class. As you can see, everyone is there to indicate that you're sending the message to everyone. Okay, all right, and once you do that, you can go ahead and type a message there. You can choose to bold parts of that message that you're sending. You can choose to italize that as well, and you can choose to underline that. So it depends on what you choose, right? Or how you want your messages to be displayed. And there's an option there also for you to add emoticons to your message. So as you can see, there are quite a few there that you can use. Okay, and once you're finished typing your message, you can click send, or you can just press enter key on your keyboard. And that message should be sent to everyone in the chat. There is also the option of sending private messages between you and other classmates. So I'm just going to, beside the everyone label there, click on that previous panel, and you can find someone to chat with, right? However, so you can go ahead and type in that person's name, and it shows you the persons that are in that session. So you just click on that name, and as you can see, the label changes from everyone, and it gives you the name of the person that you're sending the messages to. Right, and once you type that message, then only that person will get that message. Keep in mind though, private messages can be monitored by the moderators, which is the lecturer, right? So whatever message you are sharing, the lecturer can view that message. There's also the attendees list. So once you click on this icon, it shows you a list of the persons that are in that session, right? And currently you're seeing there are only two persons there. One is a moderator, and the other is a presenter, right? So there are three roles that everyone play in a session, or can play in a session. So that those are moderator, presenter, and participant. Okay, so the moderator is usually the lecturer, and that person has all the privileges in a session, right? So they can remove persons from the session, they can make presentations in the session, and several other stuff, right? They can also end that session as well and view chat messages. And the moderator privilege is usually assigned to students only when they are making presentations to the class, right? So so it protects against having a situation where a student ends a session or removes other students from a session. The presenter role that is usually assigned to all the students, right? And in that role, you are allowed to share your audio, to share your video as well, and you're also able to make presentations to the class. And the participant role isn't showing up right now, but let me try and see if I can make that. All right, and as you can see, I'm joining that session there. So when someone is joining the session, then this pop-up comes up that someone is joining the session. As you can see, there are two persons there. Let me just try to make that one a presenter. Or a participant. Okay, so currently you're seeing that the three roles there. So the moderator, the presenter, and the participant. Right, and as I said, the participant has the least amount of privileges in a session. So you as a student are usually given the presenter role because sometimes the lecturer might require you to speak in a session. And also, as you can see, you can view a person's bandwidth connection to see whether or not their connection is good. And there's also the attendee control, right? So I'm going to click on the one for the participant. And as you can see, you can either pin that person's video, that is that person's camera that they're sharing, or you can choose to send them a chat message. So this is one way that you can go about sending a private message instead of using the chat. So you identify the participant there, and you click on send a chat message. Right, and once that is done, then the chat icon should come up. All right, so you can also view more options there. You can choose to detach the panel, right? That is the attendees panel. So you're not seeing it on my screen now. However, but once you click that, what it does, it moves the panel from off the collaborate panel. So let me just reattach that. All right, so the other option is the share content option. Okay, and what the share content option does, as you can see, it allows you to share a blank whiteboard, to share an application screen, to share camera, or to share files. Right, so you can choose to share a blank whiteboard. Let me do that. And as you can see, a blank whiteboard comes up there. So this you'll only use when making presentations. Right, and on that, once you begin to share a blank whiteboard, you can see that there are different options coming up there. You can select things on the whiteboard. You can point to different things on the whiteboard. Right, you can write on it using a pencil. So let me click on the pencil and right click on my mouse and drag to write. As you can see, I'm not good at freehand writing. Right, I might still need some practice. Right, and there's an option there as well to add shapes. So I'm going to add a rectangle, and I'm also going to add an ellipse or a circle. And I'm going to add a line as well. So there are only 3 shapes that you can add to a whiteboard: rectangle, ellipse, and a line. Right, and you can choose to move those around by clicking on the select that one, that shape that you want to move, and you can drag it about. Same thing for individual letters. You can click them and move them about. There's an option there as well, and I think this might be better to add text to the whiteboard. So once you click on text and click anywhere that you want to add that text, then you will be able to type there. You can also change the color of the shapes and whatever you add to that whiteboard. So I'm going to click on orange, click on the pencil and begin to write. And as you can see, the color changed there. And you can erase everything on the board. Right, so you can delete individual options from off the board by clicking the select option, click the option that you want to delete, and press delete on your keyboard. Right? However, there's an option there as well to clear the whiteboard, and what this does, it clears the whiteboard completely. So if you want to delete individual things on the whiteboard, you would first select it and then select that option that you want to delete, and then press delete on your keyboard. All right, so there's an option there as well for you to share application or screen. Right, and as I said, from time to time you might be required to make presentations. So this tool is what you would use to share. This option is what you would use to share your application screen. So once you click on share application screen, you might not be seeing what is on my screen now, right? But the option should pop up saying you could either share your entire screen, share a window, or share a tab, right? So I'm just going to share a window, or no, I'm going to share a Chrome tab so you can see. So I clicked on a Chrome tab, and I'm looking for a tab to share. So clicking on one, and then I'm going to share. Okay, let me try that again. That didn't come up this time. So stop sharing and share again. Share a Chrome tab. And share. And you should be seeing my screen there. All right, so currently I'm sharing a Chrome tab. Right, so you can choose to share YouTube videos with your classmates as part of a presentation. You can choose to share websites. You can choose to share PowerPoint slides, Word documents, anything at all that you can open on your computer, then you can share. And as you realize, the platform is quite similar to Zoom or Google Meet and any other web conferencing tool that you're used to. The option is there as well for you to share your camera. Right, and once you click on share camera, you should, all right, so once you click on share camera, then you should be seeing the options there, or the different cameras that you have connected to your computer. All right, so currently on mine, you should be seeing 4 different cameras there. All right, so if you have an external camera connected to your computer or a webcam that is external, then that is where you'd go to share that. And there's an option there to share files as well. So if you want to share a PowerPoint with the class, then you click on share file, and then you locate that file. Okay. All right, let me check again if I'm sharing anything. I guess it wasn't, oh, sorry about that. It wasn't sharing just now. Okay, sorry about that. It wasn't sharing just now. So there's an option there, as I was saying, for you to share camera. And if you have an external camera attached to your computer, then you can always go ahead and click or find that camera in the list and begin to share. So I'm just go back. And there's an option there to share files. All right. Once there, you can share a PowerPoint or any Word document or a PDF document that you want to add there. So sorry about that. So only share images, PowerPoint or PDF files. All right. So click on Add File. A pop-up should come up, and you can locate that file on a computer. And as you can see, I just uploaded an image there. And once that is done, you can click on Share Now. Right? And the participant should be able to view and also to download those files. To stop sharing, the option is there for you to just click on Stop Sharing. So that's to the top right, or you can click on Stop Sharing beside that file. All right, and the last feature that we look on is the settings or My Settings icon. Okay, so I'm seeing here Miss Carter Smith. Mrs. Carter Smith, I'll take that after. So click on the My Settings tab. And from here, you can make different changes to your profile or to your session settings. So there's an option there for you to change your profile picture that you log on to this to the session with. So I'm just going to click on the picture and realize a pencil comes up, and the option is there for you to remove that picture. Right, and you can go ahead and click upload and find a new picture. And upload. And as you can see, it's asking me to readjust how I want the picture to show up. Once you do that, you can either choose to cancel it if you don't like it, or you can choose click I like it. Right, and as you can see, the image is there now. You can just choose to capture an instant photo as well. So once you click on capture photo from camera, then your camera should open and you can go ahead and take a photo. And once you take that photo, then you can readjust how you want it to be displayed. All right, and once you do that, you can click on always use this as my profile picture. Once you do that, you will have the same profile picture every time you log into a session. All right, I'm just going to remove this one. Don't like that one as much, and revert to the original that was there. All right, and once you're finished with all that setting, then you can click on save. As you can see, the picture changed there. It shows you also the role that you have in that session. So currently I'm just a presenter, and it shows you your name as well. All right, so the audio and video settings. All right, this comes in very handy at times. Sometimes you may have bad connections to the internet, and you want to set that or readjust those settings. So what you will do is click on set up your camera and microphone, and as you can see, an audio test comes up, right? And a bar is there as well, showing you that or showing you the level of sound that is coming through your microphone. Right? You can always go ahead and change your microphones or your microphone, right? So currently I'm speaking through an headset, right? But if you want to change that to your computer's audio, then you can go ahead and click that or any other external microphone that you may have. So I'm just going to stick to the default microphone, which is the headset that I'm using. And once you realize that the bar is full, then you can go ahead and click yes, audio is working. But if it is not, then you can always choose no, I need help. Right? And that brings you to a Blackboard Collaborate help or frequently asked questions and shows you how you can go about resolving that. All right, so the other option so let's click on yes, audio is working. The other test would be the video test. All right, so currently I'm using a different camera, so that is why you're seeing Lumi Live, but you can go ahead and change that camera. So if I click on integrated webcam, then that should begin sharing my camera. All right, so I'm just going to let mine stick with Lumi Live camera. And you can click yes, audio is working once that image comes up. All right, and you can see there that the microphone is muted, which you can go ahead and unmute. And as you can see, it is working there now. For the video as well, you can go ahead and share your video. Share video. And once you begin to share video, you realize that that video comes up to the bottom left of your screen. All right, you can choose the to stop that by checking that off. All right, so the other option that's there is the use your phone for audio, and we would have went through that earlier. And the other option there is the speaker volume, right? So the speaker volume actually controls the volume for the session, right? So it doesn't control the audio on your computer, but it controls it for the session, right? So from time to time, you may realize that your computer audio is up and you're still not hearing anything. So one of the first things that you want to do is ensure that you check that the speaker volume is all the way up. All right, so the other setting is the notification settings, right? And you would realize probably on your screen that you're seeing a lot of notifications or pop-ups on your screen of persons leaving the session or persons that have raised their hands, person who joined the session and so. Right, so what you can do, you can choose to enable those or all you receive notifications. Right, so I'm going to enable the collab pop-up notification. Right, and what that does, it notifies you when a person joins the session or when a person left a session. Right, so let me just leave this session. All right, and rejoin again. And as you can see, the pop-up comes up there that I had left the session, and a pop-up should come up as well that once I finish joining the session, then a pop-up should come up saying I had joined the session. So you can choose You can choose how you want notifications to be received on your computer. Right, so I checked all of mine, and as you can see, you can choose to receive an audio notification or a browser pop-up notification. And so this is just for if someone had joined or left a breakout group or a session. And it's the same settings as well for if someone posts a chat message, right? You can choose the same settings to get a collaborate pop-up notification, an audio notification, or a browser pop-up notification. The same thing as well in a chat. So if someone types a name in a chat, right, you can choose to enable to get a special audio notification there. For closed captioning as well, the lecturer might allow that in a session. So for those who are hearing impaired, then this comes in handy. So once the closed captions become available, that is the words displaying what is being said, then you will be able to view that. And it's the same thing for if someone raise their hands, the same settings. All right, so those come in handy a lot of time. All right, so currently I'm just a presenter, but if you are a participant, then there are other options there that you can use. Let me just quickly see how I can adjust that. Okay, all right. So apparently I can't do that as yet, or just yet. All right. So the settings are as I said, are quite the same as other platforms, right? And as you can see, there is the option there for you to change the view, right? So you can change the view by clicking that icon, and you can either choose gallery view, right, which shows it in tiles, and there's an option there for speaker view. So you will only be seeing, or you will be seeing most of the person that is presenting. You can choose a tiled view as well. So the larger image would be the one that is presenting. The smaller one would just be participants. So you can choose to change that as you wish, right? And that's about it for Blackboard. So I'll entertain any questions now that you may have. So just see if anyone has their hands raised. So if you have any questions regarding the platform, then you can go ahead and raise your hand, and I'll be able to assist you with that. So I'm seeing Maxine Carter Smith. You can go ahead with your question.
Mr. McCallum, good evening. How are you?
Just a moment, please.
Hello?
Go again, please.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
Okay, I am good, but however, I wasn't seeing a thing that you were showing, and I think I wasn't seeing just at the latter part. I was seeing some of the Blackboard
Mhm.
presentation, but for most part of what you were, I was hearing you, but I wasn't seeing anything.
Okay, okay. I'm not sure if that is the same for everyone else. Just let me ask Janine to confirm that. Was that the same for you?
Pardon me?
No, I was just asking someone to confirm.
Oh,
Janine, was that the same for you?
Could you repeat the question, please, Mr. McCullough?
No. Mrs. Carter Smith was saying that she was not seeing everything. Was that the same for you?
Oh, I was actually seeing everything. The only time I wasn't seeing anything was when you accidentally weren't showing your screen.
Right, sure. Okay, okay. Thanks for that. So, Mrs. Carter Smith, it might be that you were having some internet challenge, some connectivity challenges. But the recording is being done, and I'll share that with everyone after. All right, Mrs. Carter Smith, is that okay? All right, not hearing from Mrs. Smith, so I'll take your no, Janine.
Good evening again. My question was if you could please go over the toggling of the view, the tile view,
Okay,
and the other. I missed that.
okay, all right, sure. All right, so you're still seeing my
Thank
screen,
you.
right? Sure. All right, and for those, I'm seeing persons typing in the chat there that they're not seeing their microphone option. That is because I only made you a participant, right? As I was discussing, the participant has the least amount of privileges, right? So you can use your raise hand feature, and then I'll make you a presenter. All right. So for the view, as I said, once persons are in the session, then you can always go ahead and change your view at the top here. And the option is there. The icon is there, I should say. So once I click on that, as you can see, there is gallery view, speaker view, and tiled view, right? And once I click on tile view, what that does, it sends the other presenters to the right of the screen and the moderator or the presenter to the left and to a larger screen.
And you're saying I should see that little button towards the
The top
um
right.
top right?
Yes.
I'm not seeing it.
You're not seeing that?
Or do I need to open the collab section to see it?
No, you don't need to open the collab. It should be there to the top right. Let me see if it's the same for the others. Yes, it's the same for the others, regardless of your role. All right, I'm seeing others saying that it's not there for them either. All right, let me try see why that is. All right, so I guess it would be the settings that were administered by the moderator.
Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. So I'll take any other questions that anyone else has. So you can go ahead and raise your hand and I'll acknowledge you.
Mr. McCullough,
Yes, Mrs. Curtis, go
it's
ahead.
a lot to learn, sir. I'm sorry that I wasn't seeing some of it earlier,
Mhm.
but I don't think it will be impossible. You just have to just go through each panel and navigate, right?
And navigate, yes. And as I said earlier, it's similar to Zoom and any other platform, similar to Google Meet as well.
Yeah.
So the options are quite similar. So once I see a microphone option, you know that unmutes and mutes the microphone.
Okay.
But the video will, the recording will be shared after though, so you can look for that.
Thank you so much.
Sure, you're welcome. All right, so I'll take Fiona Daly.
Yes, sir. I just joined the class. I came in late, about 5:37. I didn't. I look like, oh, you access the class.
Okay, or you access the class.
It's your Moodle, or what is the
Yes, yes. Yes, so it's through Moodle. So we had went through that yesterday. You were here yesterday?
No, I wasn't here yesterday.
Okay, all right, sorry. So,
I'm a student returning,
uh-huh.
so I can't.
Okay,
Right.
all right, then sure. So let me just share my screen again.
Yes.
All right. All right, so to access the session, what we went through yesterday was to go to online.ncu.edu.jm. That's the platform that we'll be using. Once you log in there, you should land on your course page, and the recording is shared for yesterday. So that was shared on the platform as well. Right? So once you go there, select your course. You should land on this page, which is a dashboard, or your course page, that is, sorry. And the option is there. So once you see this icon, you know that it is a Blackboard Collaborate session, right? But yours should be labeled Classroom. Yours should be labeled Classroom. Once you click on that, okay, all right, it logged me out of both sessions. I'm trying logging back in. All right, so once you go there, you click on the course room, and then you click on join course room. Right, and as I said, the recording was shared, so you can go ahead and view that at your convenience. So let me just show you where the recording will be. All right, so let me just stop sharing. Where is that? And share again. All right, so as I said, once you go to online.ncu.edu.jm, the recordings are on that site before you log in. All right, and as you can see, this was a recording of yesterday. And tonight's presentation will be shared below that. And there are also other videos there on how to navigate the Moodle platform, or to access your live classes and so. All right, so I'll take Mrs. Lois Mackenzie.
Good afternoon. Okay, so when I go on the online.ncu platform, right, I'm not seeing anything for my course. So when you were showing us how to access the Blackboard, Collaborate, and all those things, I wasn't able to follow through with that because there was nothing there.
Okay, but you did see the name of the course, right?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So that is because nothing has been added to the course as yet. So no resources were added to that course as yet. So the lecturer should be uploading by the ending of this week.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. Okay, all right. Someone was saying that they're unable to log into their NCU email, and we'll be going through that shortly also. But any other question regarding the Blackboard platform before we move on? Okay, Mrs. Lewis Mackenzie, go ahead.
No, my bad. I just didn't lower my hand.
Okay, all right, sure, no problem. All right, so if there are no other questions regarding Blackboard, then we'll move on to Arian. All right, so let me just log in to get to that. Stop sharing. All right, so started sharing my screen, and I have a blank page open there. All right, so to go to Arian, I believe most of you would have done this already. Once you selected your course or began the process of registering, then you should have been able to access Arian already, right? So to access Arian, the website is arian.ncu.edu.jm. Right, so that's arian.ncu.edu.jm. I'm just posting that in the chat. All right, and once you go there, right, so just giving mine some time to load. All right, so let me just log out of mine. All right, and as you can see, you will be required to enter your ID number along with your password. All right, so let me just enter mine. So mine is 2015, as you can see, and my password was entered there. And I click sign in, right? However, if you forgot your password at any time, then you can click on I forgot my password, right? And once you do that, another page should pop up for you to do password recovery. I'll just share that page for you as well. All right, so once you click on I forgot my password, then you realize that a password recovery screen comes up. What you want to do is click on student and click on next. All right, and you can see password recovery, I forgot my password or I forgot my user ID. All right, and it's the password that we had forgotten. So let us click next. All right, and if when creating your account you had created security questions, then you can always click my account was protected by security questions. If not, you can choose I did not set those questions. All right, and it asks you for your ID number. And once that is done, and click next, then a notification will be sent to the UNIS team, and they will get in touch with you via email, and that is via your school's email, which I'm going to show you how to access shortly. All right, so I'm back to the page where I am going to log into the platform. So I went ahead and entered my ID number along with a password and click sign in. All right, and on my page, you should be seeing some options there. You won't have a profile picture there because you wouldn't have come in to take an ID picture, right? So this is only if you were a regular student in day school. Right? There's the home page there. There's the messages, announcements. Most of these you wouldn't be using. As I said, we'll only be using this platform to access your email along with registering for classes or to make payments. And you can also view your balance as well, and you can view your program that you're enrolled in. Right, so if you click on your account balance, it gives you how much, or shows you how much you have on your account. You can also view your program, right? And it's telling me that I'm enrolled in a short course. All right, and the other important option there is your email. Right, so this is the email that is assigned to you, or everyone is assigned an email, and this is a Gmail account. Right, so if you click on that, it should load Gmail, right? We'll just go back. All right, so it should load in Gmail. All right, and to actually log into it, it should prompt you for your password, and the password would be the same one that you used to access Aurelion. All right, and for those who have not completed registration for classes as yet, the same option is there. So under the registration card, right, you click on register for classes. So you can either choose to click on it on the card, or you can scroll down on the left menu, click on registration there, and click on register for classes. So I'm going to click on register for classes. And once you go there, from the term selection, you would find the term that you want to register to. Right, so currently only Module 5 2021 Distance Online Campus, which is the one that we're in now, is active. Right, some of you might have been seeing others there like Module 4 or Summer Session 1, Summer Session 2, right? But you only want to look for the one that says Distance Online Campus. And once you select that one or that option, you click Begin Continue Registration. Right, and mine is showing me that there's an hold on my account, and that is because I wasn't an active student in the past 2 semesters. Right, but once there, you can go there to finish the process of registering. You can make your payments there as well. That is if you're using a debit or a credit card. And if you have money on your account and you want to continue making payments from that, right? All right, so the other option that is there as well, where is it? It's the timetable. Okay, yeah, so it's still under registration. So the My Timetable, it actually shows you the courses that you're enrolled in, and it shows you the time along with the instructor's name. Right, so I know a lot of persons were asking yesterday, I want to see the days for the class along with the time. So this is one option that you can use to access that. So under the registration card, you click on My Timetable, and you should be able to view your timetable. there was a correction. It's on a general timetable, sorry. So once you go to general timetable, you select the term. Well, the My Timetable shows you your course only. But if you go to the term general timetable, you click on the year, which is the year that you're currently in now. Click on the term, which is module 5, and the schedule is distance. And you click refresh page there. Well, you realize that there are nothing there. You want to change the campus to online campus. So once you do that and click refresh, you realize that all the days along with the courses comes up there. Right? And it shows you the seats that are available in each class. The day as well, the time, along with your instructor. All right, so I'm just going back. And those are the main features that you will be using with Moodle, right? Because we won't be changing a bulletin or program and so you won't have access to these. All right, and that is about it for Arian. Currently, you're seeing an active hold is on mine. I know that a lot of students were complaining about that earlier this week, and those were only the students that had done courses with NCO before. Right, so we went ahead and we resolved that with the student admissions office. All right, and that's about it for Arian. So I'm not sure if anyone has any question regarding that. All right, someone was saying that they weren't able to log into their NCU email address. I'm not sure why that was. So you can go ahead and raise your hand and I'll acknowledge you, or you can explain some more. All right, so someone had their hand up just now. Let me take Orlando, or Orlando, that is.
Yes, if you are presently a student at NCU, is it that it connects to your Arian account and the charges will go directly to your Arian account, or is it separated?
All right, I'm not sure I'm understanding the question. You're asking if charges are paid to that account?
Yeah, I'm asking if the charges would reflect on the one account, or is it a separate account that you'll have?
Okay, no, it would be the same account. So when you are registering or applying, you know that the option asks you to, if you were a past student or a current student, then you would enter that same ID number. So it's the same account.
Okay.
All right. All right, so let me take a question from Ailey, lead presenter. Okay, you can go ahead, Ailey. All right, okay. Yes, go ahead, Ailey. Not hearing you so clear as yet. Showing that the internet connection was bad, but go ahead again.
Connection is really bad. Hearing me now?
Yes, hearing you now.
Yeah, the first time I registered for classes, I selected 3 classes, and when I went back on the app, they weren't available, and that was within 5 minutes. So I want to know if it was my fault or the classes are actually full.
Okay, no, the classes aren't full. I'm not aware of any class that is full now. So I guess you can try again and let us know if you're still having that issue.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, sure. All right, so I'll take Miss Morrison.
Good evening, everyone. The problem
Good
I'm
evening.
having is this, my NCU email, because I'm a former graduate from NCU at the bachelor's level, and I recognize that now I've registered for this course. the email that comes up is my student email from the bachelor's level. But when it goes to the actual Gmail account, it has NCU EDU on it, which is totally different from
Yes.
what is on the Arion website. On Arion, it has stu.ncu. So I can't get it.
All right. So what I suggest to you is
Mm-hmm.
try opening up
Account?
you would add a new account to the Gmail, right? I'm seeing Miss Myers and up. I'm not sure if she wanted to contribute something to this.
Mm-hmm.
Good evening. I was actually going to say the same thing, Ms. Namakala, about add a new account.
Okay,
You
sure.
add a
Thank
new
you.
account to Gmail. If you already have a Gmail account, you add a new account, and then you can open your NTU student email.
Oh, because in the Arion, it says my email is my name with stu.edu.
STU dot.
With
That's
NCU,
correct.
but the Gmail is NCU. All right, so create a new one then. That's one. The next question,
Yes.
so I noticed that on the
Sorry.
Arion platform.
Sorry. Before you move on, Miss
Yeah,
Morrison,
yeah.
are you an NCU worker?
Well, I used to work online. I used to attend school too at the bachelor's level. I'm not at NCU anymore. Um, I'm
No, I
just taking the
mean not
short
as a
course to get the course.
student.
Mm-hmm.
Not as a student.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm only attending classes. The short course, which is this one.
No, I was asking if you were an NCU worker before.
Oh yes, I was.
Right. That is why the email goes to your NCU worker
Student?
email. So
No,
you
but I
can
didn't
just.
have one.
Oh, you didn't have an NCU email?
No, I only had a student one, which I used working as a
Oh.
student worker.
Okay. Okay. I
Right.
see.
So I'm not sure what's happening, but I realize there's a lot of conflict between my previous status as a student with what I'm doing now. And then another thing I realized is that Arian opened up um my grades as with this course as though it is being added towards my GPA. Because I clicked on my GPA and I noticed it's active, like this course is going to be added to it, which I don't
No,
understand why.
this course won't be added to it because this course is a 0 credit course.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right. Yes, Ms. Morris. So the programs are different, right? So if you click on View Programs, you realize that there are two programs there. So one for the bachelor's level or the master's level, and one for short certificate courses. So they are different. All right. So I'll take Miss Tracy and Wisdom. All right. Not hearing from Miss Wisdom. So I'll take any other hand. I'm not seeing any there as yet. All right. So if not, I'm guessing that would be it for this afternoon's session. So I want to thank everyone again for coming out. Thank you for those that participated that had the questions, and we hope that we would have addressed all of your questions, right? All right. I'm seeing Ailey's hand up again. You can go ahead.
Yes, I was asking about the deadline for payments in the chat, but I didn't get a response.
Okay, sure. So what was discussed yesterday was that you should have made 50% of the payment before classes began. and the duration before the classes end, or the remainder
And
before the classes end.
classes start June 7th, right?
Yes, that is next Monday.
Okay.
So you can check the timetable on Arian. So, and you will be able to view the days that your classes are on. All right, so I'll take Mahatma McLean.
Good evening. Just checking, is it possible for someone else to apply for any one of these courses? No.
Okay, no. Application would have closed last week, I believe it was last Monday or Monday gone.
Okay. Thank you.
But yes, but if the person was a past student, then they can always go ahead and register.
Okay. But right, so how would they? It's a normal process.
Sorry, go again.
It will be done through the normal process if they were a past student.
Oh yes, so they just log in to Arian, and the same process that we went through, go to registration and register for classes.
Okay. Okay. Right. Another question. Well, not a question, but a suggestion. I paid my I paid mine on Scotia as a bill payment. So what I need to do is just take the reference number from there and send it in an email to distance at ncu.edu.jm.
Jail. All right. All right. Just screenshot the receipt that was there and send it to us.
And I screenshot the thing on
Yes.
the entire page. So I want to send the entire page. So I just send the reference number and the amount.
Okay. Yes.
It could have gone over to the account by now because I did it as a bill payment as instructed.
Okay. Okay. Sure. So just send that. So just send that to us, and we'll get in touch with the student finance office to have your account updated.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Sure. You're welcome. All right. So let us take Miss Morris again.
So I tried to log into the NCU email. I couldn't get through the NCU EDU aspect of it, so I went to create an account. All right, do I need to create a new account if I already have a existing Gmail account?
No, you wouldn't need to create an account. No, you're just only adding a new account. So
I'm
let
still
me
not
just show
getting.
you how you go about that.
Mm.
Stop sharing. Share again.
Not
All right, so the option is there. You click on your profile there. You can manage your Google accounts, right? Well, not manage, but what you would need to do is log out of all the accounts
Okay.
and sign in again. Well, this had mine there before, so let me just change that. Use another account, and you just go ahead and type in that. So I'm not sure. So mine would be yeah. So once you use another account, you should be able to enter that email address. Right. Once you click next, it should allow you to enter the password for that account.
Okay. All right.
Okay, sure. All right. So any other questions before we end? All right,
Mr.
I
McCullough,
see.
there
Yes,
there are two questions in the chat. Mr. Duffus and Miss Walker. Oh,
Miss Walker. Okay. All right. All right. So the question was, can you please revisit showing me how to access the recordings? Okay. All right. Sure, I can do that. All right. So let me just check the other question before move on. So that you said the question was from Arlene Lowe.
Miss Charmaine Walker. I'm gonna call Miss Lowen tomorrow because I spoke with her earlier this week and I actually resent her the acceptance letter. So I will speak with her tomorrow.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I'm not seeing the question from Charlene Walker, but can you go ahead and just read that question for me, please? That would be great.
She says, when can you say when the recordings will be accessible? I'm not sure.
Okay.
I guess is the orientation recordings she's referring to.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sure. Yeah, so the recordings will be available within an hour of the session ending. So I'll share it then. All right, so let me take who's under that CEO. So let me take Arlene Lowe.
Yes, good evening. Yes, I haven't received the letter. I keep checking my email. I would really appreciate it if she could call me tomorrow because I really need it.
Okay, okay, sure.
So I'm online, so I just want you guys to know that I heard that. Thank you.
Okay, sure, you're welcome. All right, Nikisha Sterling, you had a question? All right, nothing from Nikisha. Arlene Lowe, you raised hand again, right? Or was that still up? Okay.
It was still up, sorry.
Okay, sure, no problem. All right, so I'll take Ailey.
Yes, one more question, sir. Seeing that if I go on check out the register for classes again, can I do it now since it's last minute? Will I still be reserved?
All right, you're asking if you can still reserve a class?
Yes.
Okay, yes, I can still reserve a class. So
Okay.
registration closes, I think it's next week or mid-June, somewhere there. I don't have the date with me now, but it closes, I think it's next week.
Okay, thank you.
Sure, you're welcome. All right, someone was asking what is the duration for public relations and communications. I don't have that information with me now. I'm not sure if Ms. Myers can provide that information.
The duration is 10 weeks.
It's 10 weeks. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm not seeing any other questions. So again, I just want to thank you guys for coming out to the orientation session. And for those who came both days as well, we really appreciated it. And I wish you all the best in your courses. I'm praying that all of you guys are successful in your courses as well, and that you find it to be all that you wish it to be. Right? So thanks again, everyone, and have a great rest of the evening. Okay, yes. Thanks, Mr. Douglas.
So, Mr. McCullough,
Sure. No. Yes.
so next
Yes,
week.
Mr. Smith, go ahead.
Oh, thank you, sir. So next week classes begin next Tuesday.
Next week, correct. Yes.
Okay.
So for those who have classes on Monday, then it will be on Monday. Yes, but
Okay.
next week it starts.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Have a good evening.
Sure. Thanks as well. You as well. Bye bye. So let me just go through accessing the recordings again for Mr. Duffus. So let me just log in there. All right. So to access the recording, once you log in to your session, give that some time. But if you're ever in doubt, you can always go to this folder here, which is a navigating the Moodle platform, and a few videos are there where you can go about accessing the platform or maneuvering the platform. So once you go to your course, you want to click on the name of the course that you're enrolled in, and you want to look for any of these icons, right? So in your session, there will only be one of these icons, and it should be labeled classroom beside it, right? So once you click on that, it should bring you a Blackboard page, right? And to access the recordings, you would go to this hamburger menu right here. So let's click on that menu. You should be seeing the tab there for recordings. So let's click on that. You should be able to view all the recordings are done. Right, and from time to time, you may not be seeing some of the past recordings. What you want to do is click on the recent recordings option there and click on recordings in arrange. Once that is done, you want to set the from date. So you can set it as far back and select a to date. So you can leave the to date to today's date or the most recent date. Once that's done, then all the other recordings should come up there. Right, so as you can see, there the recordings from as far back as February, that is. Right, and you can also go ahead and download some of those recordings. So to click on that recording, a download option should come up. I'm not seeing it on mine now because that was disabled. So you can either choose to watch now or download that recording. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. I hope that was clear, Mr. Duffus. Okay, great, great. All right, so I'll take sure, you're welcome. I'll take Mahatma McLean. Sorry, Ando.
Even again, this is a question, a follow-up question in regards to what I asked earlier. Be the person who wants to apply for the course, that person had actually applied for the small business chopping roll, I think, but they didn't get a chance to do it because of some issues with the timings. So seeing that they had done that before, did not get to attend the class. Is it the case that that would qualify them as a past student?
I think it does. It does. Yes, I believe it does. So that person can go ahead and try accessing Arian, and they can also reach out to us if they're having any challenges logging.
Okay, so if the student number that they had, they could use it as a reference to get into the supervisor management course.
Yes. So they use the student number to log into Arian, and once they go to register for classes, then they should be getting the option of selecting that course.
Okay, and then they just make the payment from there after that?
Yes, correct. All right, so Ms. Myers, you can go ahead and continue.
Thank you.
Mr. McLean, there's some breeze in your microphone. The student should ensure that they activate the account. So they got the ID number a while back. I'm not sure if they activated the account, so they should ensure that the account is activated before they try to log in to Aeorian.
Okay. How do you go about doing? Is the same process that we went through?
Yes, the same process. If the person can find their acceptance letter, which they really don't, they just need to go to Aeorian, and below the login information, the login part, there's account activation at the bottom below that. They can just click on that to activate the account. And once that is done, then they can log in to register.
Okay. All right. So I'll show them on mine, and if anything, they can log in and follow the steps.
Yes, correct.
Okay. One more thing. When we log into Arian, for the section of last night, I wasn't able to be there because at the time it was late, so I had to leave work at that point. So I logged off before you guys had started it. So if anything, what we'll do is probably watch the video and then follow the process and go through.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, all right. Thank you. If we'll make the necessary steps and get it done.
But as Mr. McCullough said, if you need any assistance, feel free to call us or email us.
All right, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. McCullough, do you have anything else to say?
Okay, no, Miss Myers, that was it.
And please remember, if you need any assistance, please call us or email us. Do not wait until things get out of hand or you cannot log into your course or stuff like that. Do not wait. Please call us or send us an email. Or you can use the online chat as Mr. McCullough showed, I think it was last night. You can use the online chat. We will respond.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure, you're welcome. So, good night, everyone. And you can use the option as I shared earlier to leave the session.